in place of a user manual, I'm just going to do a short segment here showing how to assemble this blaster and how to use it. Now, the way you will receive this in the mail, it'll be stripped down like this. First thing you want to do is take the stock. There's a little peg inside. When you move this orange lock back and forward, that peg extends and retracts. You want to make sure the peg is flush to the orange piece on the inside. And then you just line it up, slide it forward, activate the lock, and your stock is attached. The priming handle is in two pieces. It doesn't matter which side you put it on, but right here where you can see yellow through the slot, there's a hole in that piece, and you want to take the priming handle, insert it, be a little gentle because it's a tight fit until the felt padding is flush against the blaster body, and then you just attach the other piece. It just pushes on, and there you go, your priming handle is attached. When you want to put all the other pieces on, you'll see this barrel extension, it pushes on straight and then twists. You want to turn it a little to the left, line it up, see where those teeth are, and then you turn it, and there you go, your barrel extension is in place. Now, each of these tactical rails, most of them you can only attach something from one direction or the other. The scope, you want to put on the back and slide it forward, just like that. The bipod, the way you want to have it is finger knobs on the front with the button on the back. And actually, if you want to attach that to the main blaster, you have to do it before you put the barrel extension on. My bad. This doesn't lock in place. It's held on just by friction, but it shouldn't really go anywhere, so don't worry about that. This won't snap into place like the other attachments, but that's just fine. And then the tactical light can go anywhere. Put it right on like that, and there you go. A few things I'll point out here. You'll notice the front has a iron sight that folds up and down. Every once in a while you probably want to check this screw here to make sure that it isn't coming loose, because that screw can fall out, you won't find a replacement, and this piece won't be attached anymore. The way this tactical light works, it's simple on and off. With this orange knob you can push it forward and back. I did run into a few problems with the original pressure switch from the flashlight that this LED came out of. This may have flickering problems on occasion. You might have to tap it, shake it, turn it on and off a few times to get it to work. If that becomes a real nuisance, you can contact me through the person who commissioned this blaster and just send this back to me, and I'll do some more tinkering with it. I'll gladly do that. But I'm pretty sure this will hold up and do what you want it to do. When you need to replace the batteries for this blaster, or for this part of the blaster, see this gray portion right here? You'll need a Phillips head screwdriver. You just loosen the screw, and this will come right off. There's a battery tray under this gray lid that takes 2 AAAs, and just replace them, snap it back in, close it, screw it down, and that's that. I will be sending 3 clips, 12 dart clip, 2 clips that hold 6. I'll be sending enough darts to fill all of these. The new blue dart, elite darts. If you need any more of these or more clips, you can buy these in most retail stores like Toys R Us, Target, Kmart, Walgreens. This mag well right here is just for storage. You want to make sure you have the front facing forward, denoted by the arrow. You line it up, it has to be lined up just right, and it'll just clip in place. You can store it loaded, so you can reload your main blaster in the heat of battle just by taking this out and clapping it in up front. So there's the blaster storage. The way you want to load these clips, you can either push them straight in, or you can push the dart in from the back. You want to make sure they are facing the right direction. You want the orange head in the direction of the arrow. And then you push it down, put another dart in, push it down, put another dart in, and like I said, this longer one will hold 12 darts, the smaller ones will hold 6. Now to load the blaster, first of all I want to point out that this is a priming indicator. Right now it's black. That tells you that the spring is not compressed. You want to take the handle. If you can't pull it back with one hand, you can put it against your shoulder, grab both sides of the handle, and pull it back till it clicks. The priming indicator will turn partially or entirely orange, and that tells you that the spring is compressed. Now, what you do is you take your clip while the bolt is still back, and you insert it, making sure it's facing the right direction, till it clicks. You push the bolt forward, that chambers the dart, it is now ready to fire. And then you just pull the trigger. It's got some kick, it's kind of loud. The priming indicator, you'll notice, turned black again. This blaster is now neutral, unprimed, and safe. When you want to remove the clip, you have to take the blaster, you have to take the handle, pull it back. This is the clip release here. This orange piece, you grab it, you pull it back, and then you can pull this right out. Now, a few things I want to tell you about getting the most life out of your blaster you can. You do not want to store this blaster with the spring compressed. You'll notice to pull the magazine out, I had to open the breech, which compressed the spring, and you see the priming indicator is orange. Well, the way I deal with that is when I want to store my blasters after use, I open the breech, of course, pull out the magazine, and then you can take a dart and you can reach in and make sure you put it in the right way, and you can hand feed it into the breech. And you want to do that because then you can slide it forward, fire it one more time, and your blaster now has no clip, no darts, and the spring isn't compressed. You do not want to store this blaster when you're not using it with the spring compressed. Also, the reason I loaded a dart there is because you do not want to fire this blaster without a dart in the chamber. You don't want to dry fire it. There's less air resistance than on the plunger, and it slams forward even harder. Another thing, when you're priming this blaster, when you're pulling it back, make sure you pull it back until it clicks. If you don't have the strength to pull it all the way back, gently push it forward. Otherwise, all the internal parts will slam forward and something might break. Another note, when you're not using the blaster, I recommend, some people do, but I recommend don't store the darts in the clips, because once you stack this thing and fill it up all the way down here, the darts, they're just foam. They'll start to flatten, they won't perform as well, etc., etc. The only last thing I want to cover right now, well, that I need to cover, is jams. Now, it's very possible that you might feed more than one dart, or something inside will catch and destroy a dart. That would be when you need to go get more. To remove, let's say you're firing and something jams. What you want to do is you need to open the breech by pulling the handle back. This is the jam door. You just grab the ridge up here and you slide it back. And then always, when you're clearing a jam, activate the mag release and pull the magazine out. Because if you clear a jam out of here, which you can now do by reaching in, that's how you monkey with the jams. You reach in there, you monkey with the blah blah blah, you pull out the bad dart. If you don't pull the magazine out first, and there's already a dart chambered, you risk double feeding and then the jam gets worse. So that's how you access the jam. And then this jam door, you can close it by hand, or it will close automatically when the bolt goes forward. Now, because one of the locks is removed, let's see right now, I just closed the breech with no dart in it. You can still open it up again. That won't cause any ill effects. You load the dart, and here I'll see if you can get a look at that. How I'm hand loading the dart in there. Now this isn't particularly dangerous. There's one safety lock in place. As long as this bolt is open, you cannot pull the trigger. So it is perfectly safe to hand load a dart for the sake of depriming the blaster. I added a sheet in the box with the normal warnings. Don't shoot this at someone's face. Eyewear is a pretty good idea. And you'll notice, even though this is camouflage, I intentionally left or added orange accents all over the place. That is federally required to denote this blaster as a toy, and hopefully that will make it very apparent to anyone that this is a toy. Please use discretion about when and where you're using this blaster outdoors, just because you don't want to throw people into a panic or get the cops called on you. Use discretion. Be responsible. Don't abuse the blaster, and I won't guarantee it won't break, but it should last a very long time as long as you treat it right. Thank you very much, and I hope you guys enjoy it.